Peace World. People call me Eric, and I wanted to come and speak to the world on behalf of the plants. I've been spending a lot of time with them over the last few years, and they've been really wonderful friends and really powerful teachers. And I think that it's really important for us to remember who we are and where we've come from in this time, these times of great chaos and kind of upheaval. There's so much going on in the world, it's easy to lose sight of who we are and where we're coming from. And these ideas aren't so much discussed in our standard Western education. So I just wanted to point out that everybody is plants. Our whole life, the whole human life, from the very moment that the umbilical cord is cut and we draw in our first breath, all the way to the end of our physical incarnation, where we breathe our last breath and leave behind a leather bag full of compost. All of this comes from plants. We're born less than 10 pounds, most of us, and throughout our lives we grow and we build on that little 10-pound architecture of a human body. that little framework
with plants.
We build on it with plants.
And animals that eat plants.
Yeah, and the animals that we eat are also just an accumulation of plant matter. All of our human cells are here because we've consumed enough nutrition in the form of plant foods or in the form of animal foods that relied entirely upon plants. And so that's really an important thought for us to think about and get behind, because right now we're living in a culture that absolutely exploits plants. We treat them as slaves, and we force them into nice, neat little rows, and we spray them with chemicals and fertilizers, and we till the soil up, all in an effort to manipulate them into doing just what we want them to do. And I think that one of the really important factors in us making a graceful transition from a consumer-driven, destructive society to a producer-minded, creative society is connecting with the plants and healing this relationship that we have with them and engaging in that relationship consciously and actively. And I know that it can be difficult to really approach the plants because it's a field of study that human beings have approached in a very intellectual way, and as a result we tend to objectify the plants and
what
turn
you
them
got,
into
bro?
a subject. We turn them into an object of study. Like this is a very old friend that a lot of us know, and it's come to us from, I believe, South America, but this is Ipomoea batatas. It's in the morning glory family, and we commonly know it as sweet potato. And this common sweet potato...
And this is lettuce too, right?
Yeah, and this is a type of lettuce. And so this common sweet potato and this lettuce, these are plants that we could recognize in the grocery store, and many of us have eaten them, and they're very nutritious beings. They're very nutritive for the human body, and this here is a tomato plant. And so this is a great example of how we can really start to build a relationship with the plants that isn't so manipulative, that isn't so harsh and disconnected. We're creating a space for them to live. We're inviting them in as our friends and giving them space and giving them shelter and giving them soil and light and doing what we can to help bring them into our lives and to help form a deeper relationship. And so I really just want to encourage everybody to approach the plants as people approach them as individual beings, because in that way you can really get to know them on a deeper level, and you can expand your knowledge of them in a way that's simple and approachable, and it'll be easy to remember the plants if you treat them like people, because you can remember all of the experiences that you have had with your friends, and you can remember so many facts about your friends and about their names and about their families and about their story, just because you share experiences with them on a heartfelt level. And so if we approach the plants in the same way, learning them and getting to know them and getting to know all of the details of their lives and who they are and what they've come here to do, will be so much easier and so much more approachable.
So this is Eric, and if you find him in the forest, be like, "Hey, what's up, brother? Could you tell me about this plant over here?"
And I might be able to. Peace.